Hope my screen is visible to everyone. Is it? Yeah. Thanks. Mm, yeah. So I introduce myself like I'm Arun Pandian and totally having 10 plus years of experience in BAP, and I will be handling these two topics, ALE and enhancement. So we'll start with the ALE. So ALE is nothing but like sorry, application link enabler. It's like with the help of this ALE, we we will transfer the data between SAP to SAP or SAP to non-SAP system. So it's like mainly used for data transferring mechanism. So if you see, these are the three uh, layers in ALE. First is like application layer, um, distribution layer, and communication service. So application service is nothing but uh, it's like nothing like already like applications are SAP is like R3 layers. Like application is the third layer. So here also like same thing. Application layer. Application is nothing but like the screen which we are seeing is the application layer. So from that SAP is like here SAP is the application layer. So from SAP, how we are going to transfer the data to another SAP system or a non-SAP system. So this is the concept. So here SAP is the application service, and distribution service is like a mechanism. With the help of this mechanism, how we will transfer the uh, data from one system to another system. Here it's like asynchronous transfer will be there. Like if it is a synchronous means we have to wait for the system to transfer the data, and once we get the confirmation, then only we will receive the acknowledgement back. So till the time system will be like on hold, or no other activities will be carry on in the queue. So but when we go for the asynchronous, it will send the multiple request, and no need to wait for the acknowledgement. It will continuously sending the uh, data to the another system. So but with the help of the monitoring and communication service, we will come to know whether the data are transferred successfully or not, and what is its status. So all the things will be come in the monitoring part. So distribution service is like how the data is transferred uh, from SAP. And communication service, if we come to the communication part, we are using the protocol. Um, also, you guys are familiar with the concept of function modules, right? Yeah. In that function module, there will be like one more option called remote enabled function module called RFCs, right? So with the help of that function module, we will convert the function module into remote enabled function modules. So the remote enabled function module is called as RFCs. So we will use the RFC in terms of inbound, whereas I will come to those things. So here is like RFC and IDocs. These are the communication protocols or methods we are going to use in communication part. So these are, one is application, second one is distribution, and third one is like communication. So application is nothing but like how, like what are the business processes, and what are the systems which are involving business message and these things. Distribution is like a mechanism, what kind of mechanism which we are going to use. This is asynchronous, and how it is going to transfer the data from one system to another system in real time environment, and what are the methods. These are the three things which is compressed in ALE. So why we are going for, or what is the purpose of the ALE means, um, in real time scenarios like we will create a purchase order, sales order, invoice or delivery. These things will be there, right? So everything will be captured like a business process. So all the business process optimization will be there. Like SAP itself, they provided the standard structures and everything. So we'll come to this for that business process. This is a process, right? Sales order is one kind of business process. Purchase order is a business process. So this ALE is capable of handling all the business process which is happening in SAP. So that is the main thing. And apart from that, data integrity and the system connectivity. These are like uh, we can able to transfer the data in the real time scenarios. Like whenever like one order is created, and at the end of the day they want means. Uh, it will consolidate all the records and it will process, or from time to time if we want for every 30 minutes if we wanted to transfer the data, or else whenever the order is created if we wanted to transfer the data. So those connectivity part between the two systems. And whenever the data is not processed, or and data is not received in the receiver end, if any connection issue, those things are handled in this ALE. So apart from that, we can consider we are creating for sales order, and we wanted to enhance the uh, some kind of details. We need to add the additional details in the sales order. So those kind of scalability uh, options are available. So for all these points, we are going for ALE. So I'll show you the visual diagram. So two things are there. Like one is like ALE, and one more is like ED. Mechanism is everything is same. Like but terminology, like how they are calling is different. But ALE is means data is transferred from one SAP to SAP. Then they will call it as a ALE. If data is transferred from SAP to non-SAP, then they will call it as a ED. See, exchange of the data between SAP to non-SAP, then it is called ED. If it is from SAP to SAP, then they will call it as ALE. So this is the terminologies they will use, but the process and mechanism, everything is same. So the system which is which is going to send the request, or which is send the data is like sending system. In the other end, the system which is going to receive is receiver system. So this is the thing. And in the real time example, like in application layer, or mm, the business terminology we will call it as master data. So consider a master data for a material. So like when you are placing order for particular consider shopping site, any Amazon or Flipkart, if you are going to place order for any clothing, material will be there. Like consider you are placing order for t-shirt. For the t-shirt in the SAP system, they will store the uh, name, particular name for that t-shirt, like uh, any brand name along with the specification, everything. Like they will maintain in the SAP. Those details we will call it as a material master details. Uh, you know the MARA, MARA is the table. So those, and if you go to the table, you will get the material related details. If you consider a T-shirt is the material name. If you go and search for the description, or any material code will be there. So consider those details are we are going to transfer from one system to another system. So this is the scenario. Means uh, material master IDoc distribution will be there, and so from here with the help of IDoc. IDoc is the mechanism or method which we will use it in ALE or EDA. So with the help of the IDoc, we will transfer the data from one system to another system. Uh, in the receiver side, they will receive this uh, data, and they will once again convert everything and process it and finally save it in the database. This is the process they will follow overall. So when we go into the IDocs, so we will understand how the flow. This is the how the flow and everything. So ALV is like in overall. This is the mechanism, or this is the process. With the help of this process, we will transfer the data from one system to another system, irrespective whether it is a SAP or non-SAP. You got it right? Any doubts so far? Yeah. So if you see here, we'll use the mechanism like IDoc. So IDoc will have three parts mainly. We need to remember, like one is like control records. Control records will have the details like uh, from which system to which system the data is going to transfer. It holds the name of sender details and receiver details. Uh, if I am going to send, uh, means my details will be saved there. What is my system name, and what is the port details, and what kind of details I am going to transfer. Those details will be there, and also like to which system I need to send. Those details, receiver and sender and receiver details will store in this control records. And the second is like exact data. What kind of data I wanted to share, whether it is like purchase order or sales order or delivery order, what kind of data, or those details are saved in data records. We need to know, right, whether the data is transferred or successful or failed. Uh, so those kind of details will be stored in status records. So these are the main three parts. Whenever we are transferring the data, so all the three details will be go from one system to another system. Here it will process. When once it is coming back, it will come back with the uh, all the message, like whether it is successful or not. Those details will be there in the uh, IDocs. So this is the IDoc thing. So inside, if you see the control records, these details will be there. Message type, IDoc type. These are the two main details which we will create, and we will observe it. So these are the two things. One is like message type and IDoc type, and other details will be there. Like I told you, right? Whether partner receiver number, partner functions, and what is that type of receiver, whether he is vendor or customer. Those details, all the details will be uh, stored in the control records. Now we will see we will create the message type, how we need to create a IDoc type. These two things we have to create if you go for custom thing. If it is standard means we need what is the for sales order, what is the message type, what is the IDoc type, we should know. Then only we have to consume the SAP provided IDoc and message types. So if you see the control record will have the like direction from which direction it's going, whether it's outbound means from SAP to other systems it's going. It's like it will represent as one. What is its current status? Whether it is how it is going, like it's from our system it's processed successfully or not, and these are the message type. With the help of, if we here it is, if it is a sales order means ORD RES is the message type, I'll say. So for sales order, purchase order, with the help of the message type we can identify what kind of orders, what kind of details are going. So so if it is for sales order, ORD orders is the message type. If it is for purchase order, also like for both sales order and purchase order, this is the same. Only basic type will be different. For delivery means DSADV. For invoice means INVOIC. These are the message type which is provided by the ACPs. These are the standard message type. Uh, okay. Then we'll come to like IDoc data part. So if you see, they are like, if you see for the message control records, these are the details will be there. We seen right basic type and its message type. Basic type is nothing but uh, it will hold the details. We'll see further what kind of details will be there, and what it is using for. So uh, first I will show you like what are the datas will be stored in control records. So basic type, message type. When you go for the partner details, uh, partner details is nothing but like from yeah, logical system will be there. How can I say? Uh, if receiver is there means receiver or sender, and they will have some profile. Their profile details will be stored in the partner details. Sender and receiver details both will be stored here. Like who is going to send, so sender details will be there. Who is going to receive, so receiver details will be there. So these two details will be stored in control records. Apart from the technical details, who is created, by what time they created this IDoc, and what is the latest date, database, all the times. From hours timing to the database timing, some difference will be there every time. SAP timing, you can simply consider as in SAP, different time, some kind of difference will be there. Even sometimes no difference will be there. So just to capture those things, they are saying like when it is created, what is the database timing. So those details will be there. So these kind of details will be stored in control records. Already told, right? Control records will have like sender receiver information. Uh, so these are the details. How it is like the help of partner types and technical things. Uh, it's going to store in the data format in control records. And when we come to the data part, data, this is the data, how it like, if we expand a particular IDoc, three segments will be there. One is control, data, and record. So we seen about how the control records will look like and what are the its details, like sender information, receiver information, when it is created, and what it is, message type and IDoc type. Those details will be stored in control. So when you come to the data part, so likewise segments will be there, like uh, you might created the tables and structures, right? So similarly here, for IDoc, we will call it as a IDoc segments. So if we expand the IDoc segments, fields will be there. um, anyway, um, here if we see, if we expand the data records, this is the record. Inside that, segments will be there. If we expand the segment, inside the segment, it will have the fields. Fields are nothing but we will add it in table, right? If you go to the Mara table, material detail will be there. Same, all the same fields we will add it in the segment. Fields and its value, both will be, we will pass it in the segments. That's why it's called a data record. So it's having the records for the fields. Then finally, status record. Status record will hold the status, whether it is successful or a failure, uh, in which direction it's failed, like in outbound it's failed, like from sender side it's failed, or from receiver side it's failed. So all the things are indicated by numbers only, like 53, 62, 1, 2, 3. From starting, like from 1 to particular number within, uh, 49 hours will be for inbound, and a particular set of records will be there for outbound. We'll see in up below. So this is what, here 53 is there, right? Yeah. If we double click and if you see, these are the things will be there, like IDoc numbers, status, and status text. So this is how, if you expand this status record, number will be there, and here based on the description you will come to know whether it is a document is processed successfully or not, in which stage it's there, what is the current status, everything will be, you can identify. So this is the main components of IDoc. Three things: one is control record, second is data, and third is status record. The image is not clear. So this is the numbering. How the numbering is defining. We will give it in the flow. Like when it is finally reached, means we'll display it as a 53 or 51. But if it is stuck somewhere, if it is not reached the uh, SAP, something is there, means we will record it as a 04 or 50. 50 is the exact one. 50. It's reached our system, but due to some error, it's not get processed. Means I will mark it as a 50. So this is how, like, based on the numbering, we will identify whether it is processed or not. For each numbers, we'll have the different descriptions. When 01 is just IDoc is created. When 03 is like it's dispatched from the sender. Likewise, based on the description will also appear in the additional information. So we can easily identify its status here. So we'll see like overall flow, uh, how it is working and everything. If you see, these are like inbound and outbound. Like from this is start point. If we are going to send the data to other system, then it is called inbound. So because we are going to start, right, so from partner system, from our SAP system, with the help of IDoc, will transfer the data from other receiver end. They will receive. This process is called inbound. If it is like reverse, uh, from other system, if they will start with the from their system, they will process it and the IDoc is transferred, and if we received, then this process is called outbound. So these are like terminologies which is used in SAP, inbound and outbound. With if somebody says inbound means we are going to send the records to the other system. If it is like outbound means we are going to receive the records from other system. Okay. So these are the structures. These are based on the um, some examples like material we will send or vendor details. Uh, for the sales order, these are the things we will use to transfer the. These are the data which we use to transfer in ALEs. So I'll show you the flow. So we'll see how the data is flowing. Like first, if we start means uh, the programs will be there. So programs uh, will send the data to the other system. So this is the flow it will going to follow. So first it will identify the system, logical system. Logical system is nothing but uh, consider how can I say, consider two cities as a two systems. Like one is like uh, India, or two countries we will take India and uh, anything Singapore. So from India, if we wanted to transfer the data to Singapore, means we should have some logical connections, some routes or some paths should be there, right? That is called logical system. So once from India the data is transferred to Singapore. In Singapore, some cities will be there, right? In cities, we need to deliver the data. So that is called partner profiling, in which overall country is like Singapore. In partner means inside the SAP system, there are, or non-SAP system, there are different partners will be there. One is like LS, vendor, customer, for to whom we are going to transfer the data. Are we going to transfer the data to vendor? Are we going to transfer the data to customer? Or is we are going to save the data in SAP itself, LS law. So based on the partner profiling, or this one, it will identify based on the partner profiling. It will identify and it will process the data, drill down. It will identify the particular port, from which port we are going to transfer, and what is the IDoc type, and what is the outbound queue. So these are the flow which will follow. Finally, deliver the data to destination system. This is like outbound flow. If it is like inbound, it's completely reverse, or a different logic will be there. Here, we'll follow the partner system and RFC. This is the main thing. When it is inbound, we need to create a RFCs. Whereas in terms of outbound, it's directly from our system, we'll do the configurations. Whereas in terms of inbound, we'll create a RFC connection to receive. So this details we'll see. So you got to know, like, there are two things. One is like inbound and outbound, and the IDoc. So these details you are clear, right? Yeah. Okay. So we will follow the seven few steps. So I'll show you the steps. So these are the steps we will going to follow. Uh, Segments I told you, right? So first we will create a segment, and followed by IDoc type. Then third one is like message type. Then we need to link these things. So segment we will keep it inside IDoc. So then we need to link these two things. So we are assigning the message type and IDoc type. So this is the fourth step. We are assigning these two things. Then function model, right? FM function model. Uh, we will create function model or function. First, we will create a function group. Inside the function group, we will create a function model. So these two steps together. Then we have created a function model, right? Now it is separate. So we need to make the connection function model to the IDoc. So we are assigning the IDoc to the function model. This is the seventh step. So everything we will create, and we will assign, or we will make the connections between each other thing. This is the step by step we will do. So then we'll create an entry in BD57, and this is the final process. These things uh, in W42. These are the T codes. For each and every process, these are the T codes. First, we will create a segment in W31, and for IDoc type W30. So once you created IDoc, segment will come inside this one. In W81 you will create. When you go to W80, you will assign these two things together. You will mapping scenarios. This part you know, right? So first you will create a functional group. Then inside the function group you will create a function model. Then in 57, all the things will come together in W57. So in 42, we will create a process code. So based on the process code only, uh, it will identify what type of IDoc it is. So inside this, all the things will be there. In process code, it will hold all the details. Then finally logical system. Logical system, I told you, right? To which system we are going to establish the connection. So in logical system, we'll create a logical system, or if it is already connection is there, we will utilize the logical system. uh, with the help of logical system, we will create a RFC destination and a partner profiling. Finally, uh, I will trigger the IDoc, and in W19 we will test the IDocs whether it is processing successful or not. So this is the overview. So today I just explain you what is what. In tomorrow session, I will show it in the system. Yeah, I'll share the detail. So this is the high level flow. Like I told you, right? If it is like inbound means in this direction from partner, we will receive the data from EDTA subsystem, then followed by IDoc into the application. Finally, from application layer or application server, we will receive the. If it is like outbound, we will transfer the data. Same thing. First, it will from application. It will with the help of IDoc. IDoc will hold all the data. With the help of EDTA subsystems, we will transfer the data, and finally it will receive to the partner. So this is the flow, overall flow. So this one we seen, right? Segment. First one is like IDoc type and segment. This is how IDoc uh, type will look like. So this is a standard one, which is provided by the SAP itself for a sales order. So orders 5 is the IDoc type. So these are the segments inside that IDoc type. IDoc type they will call IDoc type or basic type. So both are refers to IDoc type. So inside this one segments, if we expand the segment, uh, inside I told you, right, fields. I shown you where I. Uh, these are the fields. Like if I double click or if I expand it, these are the fields. This is how it is. And if you wanted to add additional functionalities, we told you about scalability, right? So sales order is there. Additionally, few details I wanted to add in this is existing SAP provided IDoc means we will go for the extension IDoc, that particular terminology called IDoc extension. So same thing, we will come to the same T code. T codes I will mention here, right? Same. We'll come to IDoc type. We'll enter the SAP provided IDoc type. Consider we will go to T code W30 in this transaction. If we will enter this orders 5, and radio button will be there, IDoc extension. And if we give, we will able to add the few more fields. So we will expand its scalability, or we will expand its functionality. And how they will call it as like parent and child. Inside parent, they will have multiple segments. Inside the child only, we will have multiple fields. So this is how the hierarchy which will follow in the IDoc segment. And based on the direction, I told you, right, whether it is inbound or outbound. Based on if it is going from our system, it is called as outbound. If we receive, means it's inbound. So same thing. When the partner type, partner profiling, I told you, right, there is a so we'll create a partner profiling. We will maintain like which type of partner we are going to do transfer, whether it is for vendor or customer or logical system. So these details. So if it is for KU is the terminology which is used for customer. LA is the terminology which is used for a vendor. LS is the logical system. So this is how like um, so receiving partner or sender partner. So once it is finalized, we will go down and we'll see whether to whom we are going to send, customer or vendor or LS. These are the things will come. Then message type and IDoc type. I told you right here. First, we will create a segment and IDoc. Then we will assign to the message type. Message type also standard provider message type also there. We will create our own custom message type, custom IDoc. So here also things are like for I told you right, for a sales order or purchase order, same thing. Order or for delivery means shipment confirmation or goods receipt or invoice. Those details, those kind of will give the naming or details will be saved in message type. So all the things are like so. What kind of port we are, I mean, which port we are going to transfer, whether with the help of TRFC or file or directory. So like all the details, we have to do the configurations or we have to follow these steps. So this is how it will be there. Partner profiling, I told you, right? If we go to W20, this is how it will look. LS means logical system, LA means vendor, K means customer. Likewise, different things will be there. So if we double click anything and if you go inside this, uh, you can see the other details. What kind of I told you right. If you come to this step, all the things will be stored inside this partner profiling kind of. Or if you come to this process code, all the information should be come inside this process code kind of. So this is how partner profiling, like the partner profile, if you see, this is like last before step, so it will hold all the information. So message type will be there here. If you double click uh, and if you go drill down, it will hold the function model, what function model we are going to use. All the details will be stored in partner profiling details. Here itself, the parameters will be there, whether it is outbound or inbound. For outbound, what are the message type and what is its partner, and all the technical details. What are so far we have discussed here, almost we will maintain it here. Even if it not maintain it, or else if we double click, it will lead to drill down. It will go to another hierarchy. From there you will get the uh, further more details, like that it will be there. So if you see, W20 is the partner profiling. If you go to the partner profiling, partner number and partner type. Here if you see, here only we have expanded and we are seeing logical system. So inside the logical system, in its details we see, here our SAP username and everything will appear, go here, and what is its message type. And if you whatever I have created, if I wanted to add means I have to click this plus button. I can add it in outbound parameters. If like I have created for inbound means, below one I have to click this plus button. I have to add the inbound details. So if we see inbound parameters means, um, so this is the partner profiling, right? Before that, we need to complete all this step. Here it is process code. Inside process code, if you double click, it will go to the function model, message type, everything. That is what. So in partner profile, we will give the process code. So in this process code, if you double click, it will have the details of function model. So if you see here, here we are linking message type and process code. So all the details will be like interlinking. So in this tab, we will see the first we'll see about outbound. See inbound. Uh, Outbound means function model. If we come to outbound, see inbound means function model. In function model and process code. If we see about outbound things like we will maintain the message type. Everything will be same, uh, but function model configuration not in outbound. For this one, we will go to different transaction. We will do the configuration. So function model will come only in place of inbound. You can remember that one. And this is the final place where we can see the IDoc. So W, if you go to the W02, this is how the screen will look like. First is screen. Here you can enter the details, like which from which day I wanted to see the IDocs. Today's date or yesterday's one or a week before. Those kind of criterias you can give it in the selection screen. And if you execute this one, this screen will appear here. Here uh, you can see the IDoc outbound or inbound. You have to expand it. If you expand, more IDocs will be there. Based on its IDoc message type and IDoc type, different categories will be there. So you have to choose wisely for which one you are going to see the records. If you wanted to go for sales order details, you will click here. If you are going to, if you wanted to see for something kind of delivery means DSADV. Or else you created a custom delivery IDoc means, uh, you know, right? If it is start with Z means it's custom. So ZDS. If you expand it, you will see the your own custom created IDoc details. If you double click and it all the IDocs which is related to Z DSADV custom things will appear here. Then you can see the details. If you double click then this one, it will show the what is the informations which is inside the IDoc, everything like that you can see. This is the one I told you. In W30, if you give the matmos 05, two types will be there: basic type and extension. If the extension radio button you will click, you will able to add the additional functionalities. If you click on the basic type, you can see the uh, SAP provided data here. So, so this is like a overview we will see today, and we'll see the things in SAP from tomorrow class. So overall, you guys understood, right? Mm, yeah, yeah. Then if you guys don't have any doubts, we'll close the today's session, and we'll continue the uh, same topic in tomorrow session. Yeah. Um, Tomorrow or Wednesday? Today is Wednesday, right? Okay. How you guys are continuing previously?